Good afternoon, boys and girls, friends, lovers, children of all ages. We are live at the Wellington. Oh no, we're not. We're at the Bannock Building, the City and County Building, in the City and County of Denver. We are at the council, the Mayor City's council meeting. And we have some variety of departmental matters that will be going on in the regular course of business with the mayor's office, the community planning development, county courts, economic development and opportunity boards, DIA, the Department of Housing Stability, the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure, Finance, General Services, Human Rights and Community Partnerships, Western Center, Parks and Rec, and the sheriff. This must be Mr. Diggins or his representative here on the side of us. New total $9 million. Look at this. This is the commissary budget. I'll go into some of these things here in a little bit. Planning Development, County Court doing that.
Good morning. Today I have 4 items for you. So I have 20-0965. Approves an official amendment to recent property from USDC 3SDC1 located at 4714 Council District 6.
Okay, Councilman Ashman.
Yeah, just a detail, that's not Council District 6, I believe it's Council District 1. I think that's in Northwest Denver.
Okay, that's not my,
Yeah, you
should
should.
be not. Bill 20-0966 approves an official amendment to recent property from EUD/50 and ESUPX EMS Street located in 4407, 4501, 4505, 4595, and 4601, West Alameda Avenue, in Council District 3.
Okay.
Bill 20-0983 approves an official amendment to recent property from USUC to USUC1 located at 1790 South Campbell Street, and it's Council District 6.
Okay.
And last one, Bill 20-0984 approves an official amendment to recent property from ESUT1 to ESUT1X located at 2520 South Marion Street in Council District 6.
Councilman Ashman.
That one is in my district. And adding the X, is that just to allow the suburban house form?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. County Court. Economic Development, you're on deck.
Good morning, Kristen Wood, Denver County Court. We're requesting approval of a grant agreement with Caring for Denver Foundation. We received a $600,000 grant through August 31st, 2022 to extend services to the Denver County Court problem-solving courts by adding forensic care navigators to better sort individuals involved in the Denver County Court system. 200941 amends the contract. Go ahead.
Questions, Councilman?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Could you just say a few more words about how many navigators and they will be court employees? So what is the confidentiality situation? Are they required to report to the court if they learn about violations? So talk to me a little bit more about this.
The grant that was approved will support 4 forensic care navigators. They will be navigators with lived experience. So they will have successfully completed some type of prior court obligation, and so they will be working with defendants who are active in our court system. They will be Denver County Court employees, and they will be employed underneath our court programs coordinator, Lynn Unger, who serves at the probation.
Great, it's super exciting. Can you just clarify about confidentiality, though? Are
Yes,
they?
they will be held to the court's confidentiality standards.
So, well, I don't know enough about those, but if a client were to tell them something, they are working for the courts. The courts sometimes revoke probation, they sometimes revoke privileges. The courts have a lot of power. So
Right.
is there a firewall between the navigator and the court in terms of the things the navigator might learn that could endanger the case legally of the client who's in the system?
So their sole responsibility will be to work with and advocate for the client that they're supervising. If there are terms and conditions that are being violated and if there are a term of probation, the probation officer would be involved and would be the one to motion on the. There's really a separation on more of the case manager side with these forensic navigators, and so the expectation for disclosure, unless there's a mandatory issue to report, would not be.
Thank you so much. I am really excited about this. I would just like to see in writing what the confidentiality policy is so that it's very clear. If I'm a navigator, this is what I read. This is what I have to keep confidential. This is what I have to disclose, and what the client is told so that I'm clear what they are being told about. Again, it's good to have navigators, but when they work for the court and the court has the power to revoke things, I just want to make sure we're protecting. You need to be able to be honest with someone who's helping you in a situation like that, and if that could endanger you, I just question that.
No, I completely
A little bit of
understand.
the written
Yes.
policies would be great. Thank you so
I
much.
can get
Thanks,
that,
Mr.
yes.
Mayor.
Thank you. Next.
Okay, next is 200941. It amends a contract with Integral Recoveries to amend their scope of work. Integral Recoveries will now assess and collect the asset recovery in addition to the court costs owed in accordance with the DRMC, and will work directly with the client in doing so. There's no change to the contract amount. What this revision to the scope of work is doing is freeing up money on the front end and reverting it back to the general fund. So it's a different process in our collections. Previously, the court Integral Recoveries would initiate collection actions, but the individuals would have to report here at the courthouse. We would then revert those payments to the general fund, but we had to request $650,000 at every beginning of fiscal year in order to then pay Integral Recoveries their asset collection fee. Now we are reversing that to free up, as part of our budget reductions, that $650,000 back to the general fund by acquiring a waiver to allow Integral Recoveries to collect those monies and revert them to the court by legal.
Questions? Next. Thank you very much. Vito, you're up. Dan, you're on deck.
Good morning, Susan Lee from DO. We have two bills this morning that we're excited about. This is 0963 and 0964. The first is the contract with the Colorado Nonprofit Development Center, adding $2 million to the nonprofit COVID relief emergency grants, bringing the total on that program to $4 million. And then 0964 is the related contract with Mile High United Way for small business emergency relief, adding $4.5 million to that program, bringing it to a total of $8.9. The point here, I think, to take away is that if these two bills go forward on the two program extensions, there'd be about $13 million dedicated to these two, of which $8.8 million is already among the street.
Thank you. I always enjoy your interviews. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dan, you're up. Host, you're on deck.
Morning, Angela Castillas with Denver International Airport. First item I have is 0968, excludes license agreement with New Singular Wireless, PCS LLC. They're doing business with AT&T Mobility for $4.6 million of revenue for 5 years with two-year option to extend. And this is to design, install, maintain, and operate company-provided antenna infrastructure to deliver cell phone service at the airport.
Okay.
The next item is, so the next three items are the same, 0969, 0970, and 0971 with Ambient Energy, Burns McDonald Engineering, and McKean Street Ascension LLC. These are existing on-calls for commissioning services for capital improvement projects, construction contracts at DEN. And we are we're extending their term to 1/10/23.
Okay.
The next item is 0972, and this is an agreement with Oakley Solar. Let's see, I'm doing my math in my head. Anyway, Oakley Solar, by reducing the rate by $650,794 for a new total of $26,390,460, and adding clarifying termination language is required for Oakley Solar to obtain financing for the project for the purchase of electricity from a solar array at DEN.
Okay. Next.
The next item is 0973, to cement a lease and license agreement with Oakley Solar by clarifying termination language is required for Oakley Solar to obtain financing for the project for purchase of electricity from solar array at DEN.
Thank you. Good seeing you. Host, Denver Housing Stability.
Good morning, Derek Whitbear with Denver Department of Housing Stability. First up, I have bill number 0976. It's amend the contract with U.S. Motel Denver North by adding $800,000 for a new total of $1,221,000 to provide units for short-term shelter for individuals and families when the city's emergency shelter beds are full through the voucher system. This includes no change to the contract duration.
Councilor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So Derek, this does not sound like COVID. It sounds like our standard because it says when emergency beds are full, so just want to clarify that we're in the standard voucher program the city's operated for many years, not COVID relief. Is that right?
I believe that is correct.
And then I know there has been some discussion about families, and, we have not had as robust of a response, and, a question about extending motel stays for families. They're not eligible because they're not, many, unless the parent is considered high risk, they don't meet the age criteria and some of the other things to be protected from COVID with our other motels. But I guess, I'm just curious whether or not we have extended some of those stays for families in light of the fact that housing is not turning over as quickly, and, we've always had a challenge on the family side, and I'm just curious if these vouchers, are doing anything
Sure.
different.
Sure, generally speaking, I understand that the voucher system is only the 14 days for an individual or family within a 12-month calendar year. I have heard from program staff that there have been some instances of a little bit of extension given the circumstances of the situation this year, but that hasn't been the norm by any means. I'm happy to follow up with program staff and provide additional information as needed.
Yeah, I guess I had thought we were maybe reconsidering the policy. The equity question, the federal government is paying for certain people to be housed for an extended period of time. They're not paying for others. Those people are trying to re-put their lives together in 14 days, right? So it just feels a little inequitable to me, and
Sure.
and I know we have limited resources, so can you just let us know
Yes,
what an update is regarding families and the vouchers?
certainly on the
Thank you.
policy side package, I can follow up.
Thank you, Councilman. 977?
Next bill is 0977. This is another voucher contract. This amends a contract with Volunteers of America Colorado branch by adding $266,028 for a new total of $686,478 in 6 months for a new end date of 12/31/20, providing staff support and to shift operations from activated respite at the VOA Family Motel to enhance non-congregate sheltering for families and individuals experiencing homelessness in response to COVID-19.
Question. Fantastic, thank you, Derek.
Thank you.
You bet. Audi. Finance on deck.
Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, members of council. Jason Gallagher with the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure. I have 6 items today. The first four I'm going to read together. It's 944, 945, 946, and 947. Approves contract with Farnsworth Group, HCL Engineering and Surveying, Jacobs Engineering Group, and Hooper Inc. for $2,500,000 and for 3 years for on-call land survey professional services citywide.
Question. Okay.
949 approves contract with Stantec Architecture Inc. for $698,480 and for 3 years for professional design services for the 5280 Trail segment on 21st Street Design Plan in Council District 9.
Okay.
And 962 amends the contract with IPS Group Inc. by adding $3 million for a new total of $24,500,000 and 2 years for a new end date of 10/31/22 to provide technology for on-street parking management system citywide.
Question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Proceed. All right, next up is finance. General services on deck.
Thank you, Council Mayor and Council, for the Turner Department of Finance. There's one resolution, 20-0967, which amends a contract with Trustwave Holdings by adding $210,000 for a new total of $708,000. It also adds 14 months to the contract for a new end date of 12/31/2021. The contract provides payment card industry data security standard compliance support, including network testing, PCI assessment, validation, and consultant services.
Thank you.
Thank you.
General services, you're up.
Good morning, Assistant Board with General Services. We have 4 resolutions for you today. The first is 092, which amends a contract with Clear Selections Group, doing business as Liberty Waste Management, to add required CARES language to the contract to allow the city to seek reimbursement for service-related costs associated with the COVID-19 pandemic, to provide portable toilet and hand wash station rental services. No change to contract amount or duration.
Okay.
Next, I have 0921, which amends a contract with Rock Property Maintenance by adding 2 months for a new end date
very much. Human rights and community partnerships are up, National Lessons are on deck. How are you? I seen you're up.
Am I up? Okay, I thought you said National Western. I said, okay, that's not me. Good morning, everyone. The team of two with HRCP, Human Rights and Community Partnerships. And you have one resolution, 20-0980. Amends a contract with Impact Charitable by adding $1 million of coronavirus relief funds for a new total of $1,750,000 to provide cash assistance to Denver residents who were previously employed and lost such employment due to COVID-19 pandemic as a part of the Life Behind Workers Fund. No change to contract duration.
Okay, fantastic. Any questions? Okay, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you all. Thank you.
National Western, B, Jenna, Espinoza, is in the house.
Mayor, members of council. Dennis Genosa Garcia with the mayor's office.
How come you put your hyphenated name up here, by the way?
It's usually on there, just not today.
All right.
We have three resolutions this morning. The first one is 0937, which is a contract with Whiting Turner by adding $1.9 million for a new total of $2.4 million to provide pre-construction services during the design and bidding phases of the Conference Center scope at the National Western Center Council District 9.
Okay,
Second one is 0938, which amends a contract with HKS Architects by adding $335,000 for a new total of $2.9 million for professional design services for the stock residents and non-stock residents at National Western Center.
okay.
And lastly, I have 0939, which approves a contract with Whiting Turner for $682,000 through completion to provide pre-construction services to the Livestock Center at the National Western Center.
Question. Thank you. Good to see you, Jenna.
Good to see you.
Parks and Rec, you're up. Jeff, you're on deck.
Good morning, Mayor, members of council. Two items for you today. Resolution 978, amend an agreement with Emergency Collective by adding 8 months from a new date of February 28, 2023 for occupying and providing programming at the former Globeville Recreation Center in Council District 9. There's no change to the agreement.
Okay,
Bill 978 approves an intergovernmental agreement with School District Number 6 for $542,000 of city funds into project completion for adding amenities to the Northfield Sports Complex and building a new parking lot on DPS property just south of the Harvey Park Recreation Center to serve the Recreation Center in Council District 2 and 8.
that's pretty cool. Question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? You're not alive, baby.
Good morning, I'm Major Alexander with the Denver Sheriff's Department. I have one item for you this morning, 20-0936. Denver Sheriff's Department would like to amend the contract with Keeping Commissary Network by adding $880,000 for a new total of $9,257,960 and add an additional 1 year for a new end date of December 31st, 2021. This will provide continued commissary services and accounting software for the accounts at both the county jail and county detention center.
Right, question. Thank you, Sheriff. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Okay. Members of council, this concludes the formal agenda for this morning. We will now open the table for council discussion information. All right, seeing none, we do have an executive session. Do we have a motion? So moved. A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will now go into executive session pursuant to DRMC 2-34 for matters required to keep confidential under the attorney-client privilege. We will now adjourn, reconvene momentarily.
Just give us a second.
Are we clear? We're clear.
Not yet.
Very abbreviated time for executive session. So I haven't told. So go ahead, do it first.
We gotta wait just a minute, because we're in talk here.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
That doesn't seem to have situational awareness.
Thank you very much.
Yep. So folks, we are now moving into the session, and that means that what happens behind closed doors is not available to the public. However, filming in the building is. So while we're here, let's take a tour. Let's take some tours, huh? Here's John Seymour, former mayor, 1861. This white guy is Charles A. Cook, 1861 to 1863. 63 to 64 is Amos Steck. Yet Hiram Brendlinger. Then George Clark. So he was a year. And then Milton Delano was 2 years. And the walls just keep going. William M. Clayton, 1868 to 1869. And we could go on, okay? There's a whole of it. The fun part was the fact that they didn't even know, right? His staff, but the mayor was not situationally aware. Hello, how are you ladies today? Oh, I'm enjoying a good one. So, right, don't forget Hickenlooper was on this, right? This guy served for part of a year in 2011. And there's other stuff in here about the Northwest Cornerstone Collaborative, the Brighton Boulevard Corridor, I-70, and the trains that are coming in. There's all kinds of stuff up here. But what's always most interesting is our current mayor. There's a program to learn how to backyard compost available. And some of the most beautiful artwork in the city hanging out here. That's right. Gems from generations. Denver's Sister Cities was established in 1947 when Amanda L. Nett, a Denver school teacher, went to war-torn breast France with a small dollar mission. The children with breast needed immediate medical assistance. Denver children responded by raising $32,000 to aid a clinic in breast, and Denver's first Sister City relationship was established. Amanda's doll is still held within Denver archives and continues to serve as a lovely symbol of the beginnings of Denver's Sister City program. Denver now has Sister City relationships with 9 cities throughout the world. The cities and the dates they were established are Brest, France, 1948. Kermiel, Israel, 1977. Madras, India, 1984. Takayama, Japan, 1960. Nairobi, Kenya, 1975. Potenza, Italy, 1983. Cuernavaca, Mexico, 1983. Kunming, China, 1985. Axiom, Ethiopia, 1995. So this is a permanent display case for each of the sister cities. I'm gonna have to come back and do this another day because it's beautiful. Even have a can of sardines in there. Right? No public questions today. No media on the presser. That was yeah. And there are coins from 87, 8014, 25, 73, 132, 186, 200, 265, 316, AD 420. And so those are coins from all the years in China. Yeah, stuff from Mexico and many other countries. But this was a presser, and I'm getting you dizzy. And so now I'm going to let you go. Have fun, everybody. Oh, yeah, there's going to be there's a homeless sweep going on right now, too. It's fun. It's the fallout of the public. It is. We are in the fallout shelter. This hallway is technically the fallout shelter. It's part of the info. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to go down the stairs. All right, folks, I got nothing else for you, so we'll talk to you all later.